So should we look at the 3D printer first or make some beer?
3D printer will probably be quicker. Beer will take 3 hours.
Well,
so...
we do have an expert physicist with us. Well, some of you may have wondered what happened to the 3D printing video blog that we started. We hit a few roadblocks, and I brought a friend of mine who is a theoretical physicist to have a look at some of the problems that we didn't quite understand how to solve. So we're just opening Arduino 1.04, and he's just noticed that. What have you noticed?
Well, I've just noticed that these guys have compiled Arduino on a Cygwin platform.
But does that mean it's native to Mac then, or what?
As in, no, it's an open source project, but to get it running, it's a native in C++. But what these guys have just done, they've just sort of compiled it on a Cygwin environment and just plonked it on Windows. They didn't actually take it on a Visual Studio sort of platform.
But does that mean that the reason it runs on Mac is because it's actually running?
That's running native.
Because it's based on
because
Linux.
somebody could just take GCC, right, compile Arduino, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, the thing is, I got this feeling when I was coding the kettle thing, it was actually a lot smoother on Mac.
Yeah, it would
anyway, because I mean, I think the way that it detects serial ports.
The kettle thing is something Nathan built and programmed to help make beer.
There's a USB cable which fits in there
and goes over to this thing here,
which is an accident in a kettle factory.
I can see you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck is this? Why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where's the main? Because from the main. So what is this? Is this the file name? Is it? So essentially, when this code is compiled, is this the code that runs, or is this like a wrapper for something else? Where's the
everything that you're?
Where's the folder for all of these files?
I mean, everything that you're putting onto the Arduino is machine code.
What does the instructions say for this type of?
There's no instructions.
Really?
This is a weird shape.
This is a
for start.
But I've seen so many like this. So
yeah, but
probably it's a different level of expertise. But it is actually going. Everything else is right. So I wouldn't have thought that could still be wrong and everything else work.
Well, the thing is, if I'm pressing down, the all should move down, right?
Yeah.
You've got to bear in mind that this program,
yeah,
I think is not just meant for Delta machines.
Emergency stop.
I've actually had to pull the plug out.
He had loads of questions and observations which revealed the gaps in our knowledge. But the crux of the problem with our 3D printing was in fact we had become interested in brewing beer.
Well, that's the temperature readout there.
All right.
So what I'm going to do, yeah, so it should be about 40 degrees.
Okay.
So I'm going to slowly pour. You can see it's gradually cooling off anyway. But I'm just going to pour some cold water in here.
59.
Is this it? I think this is it.
58.
A bit of averaging on the temperature as well.
Yeah.
Because it's actually quite a noisy reading.
Is this the M251 command?
I can't remember. Simply sprinkle onto the surface. I don't think so.
So you're going to put the whole pack in there, or
yeah,
like pack it itself, or you're going to sprinkle it in?
Yeah, sprinkle it in.
Okay.
So this is to wake the yeast up, basically.
Good morning, yeast.
And then I'm going to put some sugar in about 15 minutes, which is just to check the yeast is still alive.
Right.
If it's not alive, we can't really do much.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, so this is the yeast which I just added to 30 or 40 degree water. It's been sitting there for about 15 minutes now. I put it on the scales and zeroed them so we know exactly how much of this is going in there. It should be about a teaspoon, but the main thing is I'm measuring it because we're going to subtract. Yeah, okay, that's only 7 grams, but we need to ideally subtract that from 113 grams, which was in the original recipe.
Okay.
To keep the gravity the same. So the idea is like every stage of the process, you're actually drawing the beer off the top of the yeast.
Okay.
So it has to settle down. Like the first stage of fermentation is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So after that period, the froth which is on the top has usually settled down to the bottom,
Right.
depending on what yeast you're using. And then you just very, very gently siphon the beer liquid off the top and into your secondary vessel.
Okay.
It's a vigorous little creature.
Creatures.
Yeah, colony, yeah. I think it's uploading, yeah. I think it's like literally as soon as you see that.
That is so lucky.
Why have they made it like? Why can't you just hit the reset button and then just upload it?
The reset command comes through the serial.
It says done uploading.
Yeah, but well, in that case, it's fine. If it,
What do you want me to do with this?
just give it a good wash out in the bath.
All right. So that's how we stopped working on 3D printers.